Everyone, thank you for joining us for another Fuelpak Friday. I get a lot of questions about this one here on the forums and on social media, is how do I install my new quiet baffle into my touring muffler? A lot of people have a hard time getting the end caps off, so we're gonna walk you through the whole process and show you just how easy it is to put this quiet baffle into this muffler here. So when we come out with just one muffler, here in testing, we don't actually map just the one muffler. We map the muffler with a standard baffle, the quiet baffle, the competition baffle, sometimes no baffle on power duals, stressor duals, OEM header for both air-cooled and twin-cooled models. So each muffler, each map in the FP3 has quite a lot of love and quite a lot of time put into it. Each map is created simply for your bike, your displacement, your cooling type, your baffle, your muffler, your header combination. So it takes all of the guesswork out for you, and that is the great thing about the FP3 is it's so powerful and precise that we have the ability to have specific and individual maps for each type of baffle. So let's go ahead and get this guy installed. All right guys, so now we're ready to go ahead and pop the quiet baffle into our muffler. So what we'll do is we'll take this quiet baffle and we will set it aside for now. You'll notice I do have a microfiber cloth right here just to protect the end cap from getting damaged or scratched if I were to bounce it around on this metal surface. And the end cap is held in place to the muffler body by these two 5/32 Allen screws. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and pull these off. I will work backwards so you guys can see what it is that I am doing here. So generally, most people don't have any problem with this part. Everyone's got an Allen head or an Allen wrench kit. You know, standard key set you get at any auto parts store, any hardware store, and pulling these parts isn't difficult. The thing that a lot of people run into issues with is how to get the end cap off of this muffler body. So I'm gonna show you right now how to do that in a scary but very effective way to do it. So as you can tell, this muffler can is very weighty. It has a lot of mass to it. And we have this hang bracket that generally would go onto the bottom side of your saddlebag support bracket. So the easiest way, microfiber cloth, corner of some sort of hard or steel surface, this lift will work, and you're going to hit the corner right onto that bracket. And so what that'll do is this will have the weight of the entire muffler. The bracket will hit the table. You will cup the end cap underneath with the left hand or the right hand, depending on however you are handed. I'm righty, so left hand. And then what that'll allow me to do is as it falls out, I can still catch it and I don't drop my end cap onto the floor. So again, solid right there on the surface. Give it a couple whacks, it'll come right out. So just like that, kind of scary, lots of noise, but as you can see, good looking end cap, everything's fine, bracket's still good, no problems. So what I'll do is I'll set this guy here off to the side for now, so we can talk about pulling the baffle off of this end cap. And just crack these three guys loose. I'm a big fan of loosening everything before pulling screws out. Let me get my face out from behind this baffle. Main reason I do that is the same reason I put them on. You know, everything should get tightened down incrementally. You don't want to lock down one of these three screws and find out that you can't get the other ones in. So it's always better to install all three of them right off the bat. Thread them in by hand so you don't accidentally cross thread your muffler end cap. So 3 screws, this guy comes off. End cap is all I'm left with. And here's where you can see the difference between the standard and the quiet baffle. As you can see, we've got very different diameters here. Larger diameter is the standard baffle, smaller diameter is the quiet baffle. So we'll set the standard baffle there off to the side, take our end cap, and then the 3 screws that held the other one in place, so you can just put it right back on and put a little blue on these guys. You don't necessarily need to. It's super rare that these ever come loose, but you know, blue goes a long way, barely put a drop on. So again, all 3 have been threaded in my hand. At this point, I'm barely snugging all 3, just getting them to a point where they're giving me the slightest bit of tension. And then I work my way to the next screw. Now everything's tight there, so I can give it a couple cranks on this guy, go back, lock this one down. So you can see I still got a few turns out of it, barely tightened it. Last one. Cool. So that's all done. Quiet baffle is on the end cap. Standard baffle is off to the side. Here comes the slightly tricky part. So now what I have to do is this inlet, I'm not sure if you guys can see it in the video, I'm guessing you won't be able to, it goes all the way up in there. So what happens is as this passes down through, I need to thread that into here. Just put it over the top. Sometimes you won't get it lined up at the top in the first try. So what I'll usually do is I'll hold it at the top, boom, there it is. So it's on. As you can see, I still have a bit of wiggle room. I can still rotate this because I haven't dropped it down that far. All right, so that's about what I want. Again, everything's nice and lined up. And now for the fun part, we'll go ahead and put all this padding here. And just a good drop. We're in. So now, everything's ready to go. I just need to put my bolts back in. Tiny little dab here. And just like the other hardware, I will thread this in by hand prior to taking a wrench to it. Same 5-30 seconds, go ahead and get this guy tightened up. Again, no real tension on that first screw, not until they're both mostly threaded. All right, so now that that guy is ready, go ahead and get him tightened up. Go to the next one. And lock him down. And that's it. That is how you install a quiet baffle into a Daytona 400 slip-on. So at this point, what we'll do is we'll hang this on the bike and we will go show you the FP3 side of things and how we flash this specific quiet baffle for this bike. All right, so we'll open up our FP3 app. We will go ahead and get connected to the bike. And then when the main menu pops up, we will hit the View Edit Map submenu. As you can see in slot 1, I've already got the standard baffle map. So we'll do a long press on slot 2, press the plus button at the top here, select Vance Hines. And then when it pops up, we will scroll down and select Daytona 400 slip-ons with Power Duals, which is the system I have installed on this 2014 Limited. And at the bottom, you'll see the quiet baffle. Select quiet baffle. It'll give us a summation of the map we're about to put into the bike, which matches with our current configuration. Hit flash, continue, and that will download our quiet baffle map from the server and put it straight into this bike. Thank you guys again for joining us for another Fuelpak Friday, talking about the quiet baffle installation on a set of touring mufflers, as well as how to download and install the appropriate map. If you have any questions or comments, or would like to see any other video tutorials specifically, please feel free to let us know at fppro@vanceandhines.com, all spelled out, or go ahead and hit us up in the comment section below. And again, thank you for joining us for another Fuelpak Friday.